And then just how stupid the Pokemon community has become. Seems fake. Royal doesn't seem like a prehistoric name. Royal Beast is the perfect name for Paradox Entei. Everyone's cheating in VGC, and Centro Pokemon is posting fake leaks. I would say, welcome to your new normal, but this is the only thing the Pokemon community has been for over the last decade, and even just covering this post makes me upset, because people get mad when I rag on millennials and zoomers, but these are the only terminally online groups that are worthless enough to fall for this garbage and defend it time and time again. So 500,000 views, because there's enough people fueling that for the algorithm. Several thousand people saw this and went, yo, a new Pokemon leak, I like this. It doesn't matter that 99% of every Pokemon leak that's been covered turns out to be fake. I'm just gonna walk into it and I'm still gonna say Centro and their leakers are credible. But even right here, potential Indigo Disk leaks. And millennials and zoomers are the only ones stupid enough to be like, well, they said potential, so it doesn't hurt their credibility because they acknowledge that it might not be real. Could be real, could be fake. See, that now removes all accountability for anything that could go wrong with this post. But if it was correct, even though they just randomly picked a 4chan post, then that means they are credible and trustworthy, and now I have to follow them because the last thing they posted was correct. And the rest of the post is blatant garbage, which makes me even more upset at the younger, always online generations because they don't care about the truth. They don't care about anything, and their narcissism does not allow them to hold bad actors accountable because it means that they have to admit that they were wrong to trust them or they were wrong in believing their posts. It just never ends. But I mean, look at this. This was before the date was revealed and before a trusted leaker hinted about the Master Ball failing. So before the stupidity of like the Master Ball failing, what trusted leaker? If you are trying to have any credibility, you should be able to cite your source. But the sources are never cited, and there's no accountability whatsoever. And even if it is the spat between Centro and Khu, Khu has already been proven to be a fraud dozens and dozens of times over because 90% of their schizo posts never go anywhere or just turn out to be wrong. When you make 100 vague posts and call them riddles, of course 3 of them are going to come true. Also, we know leaks are a real thing in Pokemon. Saw it with Sun and Moon, we had the Rainbow Rocket leak, a Rugby Monkey, and of course the starter Pokemon concept art got leaked, and we also saw with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We got some Pokemon pictures and crops and some blurry pictures of the gym leaders, but this proved that Khu is a fraud because real leakers, they just put the information out there. They don't have to pad it out with all this vagueness and then try to disguise it and be like, oh, that one was wrong because that was actually a red herring and this is the real leak, even though it was already like information other people had access to and the ability to leak. So like, yeah, Khu is not a trusted leaker. The spat further proves that. And then it's also really weird that Centro uses them for clout, even though they're just schizo posting and rambling about nonsense and being wrong over 90% of the time. So what's the natural outcome of all of this? Oh wait, it turns out the leak was fake and only 100,000 people saw it compared to the 500,000 people that were exposed to a fake 4chan post, and now everyone's spreading it and talking about it and thinking this is potential content for the upcoming DLC, even though there should be absolutely no reason to think that, because Centro has no credibility, proven by the constantly false post. We all see this a lot with Nintendo news, when it's like, oh, there's a Nintendo Direct happening soon. There's the post from years ago where they said a new Nintendo Switch would be revealed later that day, and then it never happened because Centro has zero credibility and they don't have a network of trusted leakers. These are just deliberate lies they tell because, like, well, now you gotta believe it. You know, this has more credibility because the trusted leaker that we can't source or name or show, like, what makes them a trusted. That's their thing. Like, it's all obfuscation, which further proves how fake it is. That's like, okay, why is this a trusted leaker? Who is it? What have they done in the past? Also, that ignores the many misses because every time there's some kind of leaker, oh, it turns out they were also wrong 90% of the time, and then they got a couple of crumbs once, and that makes them trusted now. So yeah, this is all the Pokemon community is now, just defending lying, cheating, and stealing in the main games, and then when it comes to news and stuff, promoting fake information and defending it, because there's just this weird leak culture inside of Pokemon, and no matter how much people are wrong, it's like, well, they said it was a rumor. It's like, no, a rumor still needs to have some kind of credibility, and there are no, like, real reliable leakers because a leak needs to be a confirmed bit of early information. And then speculation is complete garbage because then we get fanfics like this, and then people are like, yeah, but it's fun to have the discussion. That's just deflection from bad actor behavior and fraudulence and deliberate lying of just fake information. But for some reason, people call it that instead of what is. Like, if you're saying, like, discussion about a new thing that is not confirmed in Pokemon, that doesn't get the clicks. So all of these millennials and zoomers, they've had their brain rotted out by clickbait and fake information, so that's all they know how to engage with, and then they have to defend it because they have no other personality. And then when stuff like this happens, you just gotta bury it under the rug and get ready to retweet and like that next Centro post. Now, some people are catching on, but still a minority because most people in the Pokemon community are just straight up idiots. But yeah, like, this 4chan user is just making safe guesses, and that's how I've been breaking it down for I don't even know how many years now, because it either reads like a fanfic that everyone wants to be true, and if they keep on sharing it and retweeting it and liking A-Drive's videos, then that means, like, it could be real, even though it's just, again, complete clickbait garbage. Also, a big thing about the safe guesses is taking official information like the trailers, like the website postings, or just other news, and then making a safe speculation that kind of branches from that. That's still not a leak, that's not a rumor, and then people try to, like, hold speculation in a higher regard to keep up the grift. It's just insane. But then, again, idiots. It's way too detailed. Yep, so detailed, turned out to be fake. And not like we've seen all these detailed Reddit posts just always be wrong in the past or anything. If you dedicate your entire life to being a fraud, you're going to find patterns, or you're going to be able to make more informed guesses than other people and try to put together something that will be deceptive. Yeah, look at that. Like, way too detailed. Nah, this is just another one of those idiots, huh? Seems real. Normal rock was an option on his tweet. And that's another thing about Khu just having so many fake guesses, or being like, what would you want to see? Or, oh, if you're this kind of person, then that means you might be happy about what could potentially be in the Indigo Disk. I mean, we've seen all kinds of fan service over the last couple of generations from Game Freak giving us unreleased typings. So now it's like, it's just gotten so stupid with how meta it is, where a fake leak is branching off of Faker Khu and his nonsense, and then just no credibility whatsoever. But because the fake leak references Khu, then that means it seems real. Its location in Unova isn't explained, you just have to accept it's there. Even though the screenshot is fake, I believe this part really lends some authenticity to the whole post. This whole post that just immediately got shown to be fake has authenticity, because I need Generation 5. Pokemon Black and White is the best. Unova fan service means it's all real, and I can be happy again with the best Pokemon games in region, so it must be true. And then just how stupid the Pokemon community has become. Seems fake. Royal doesn't seem like a prehistoric name. Royal Beast is the perfect name for Paradox Entei, because that was kind of a part of it. Also, I keep, like, flashing this and it's all distorted because try scaling up this post and find out. But yeah, we have new Pokemon. Dokutaro, which is already, like, data-mined and stuff. There's already real things to base that off of, so you can't say, oh, well, Khu's credible because he predicted Dokutaro. No, that has absolutely nothing to do with a leak. Again, that's, like, informed guessing or speculation, but also backed up with data mining and, like, extra information. Hydraplin, because people are saying it's a Hydra, but again, like, all of these things, when you reverse engineer it, have already, like, somewhat real sources or something to be based in the speculation, and it's not a leak. You're not a leaker for making the guess that the elite dragon trainer kid with white hair is related to Drayden, which then has, like, calls to Unova. Again, because we've seen a lot of regional fan service from Game Freak, and then you can kind of look at their clothes and be like, oh yeah, that's some kind of dragon symbol with two heads. That could relate to something. So that's where you get Hydraplin from. Iron Hooves and Royal Beast, well, those are the unreleased Paradox Pokemon for the Generation 2 and 5 Legendary Pokemon. And then Mythical Pokemon, Ice Poison Serpent, that's just like the fake. That's where it's like, now I show that there's a little bit extra information because I have your trust, even though it's just, again, reverse engineerable stuff or already, like, leeching from another fake leaker in Khu. And then it turns out to be fake because, again, I've been pointing this out for years on how easy it is to construct, and that anyone with an IQ over 60 and basic comprehension skills should be able to identify how all of this is being crafted as a fake leak, especially when 99% of posts prove to be fake. But no, gotta click on that next A-Drive video and gotta watch everything Centro has to say, or Khu, even though there's zero credibility, because even in, like, the most favorable interpretation of Khu being correct, still zero credibility. You can't extract anything of value from a single one of Khu's posts. It's always in retrospect where you look back and go, see, he predicted it right there. clouded by all the other things that he got wrong, but that means there's no credibility. What is credible is if, like, the information is spot on, or you have, like, a large post that then gets, like, proven as time goes on, like we saw with the Affleck posts. So even though you can't, like, immediately prove that's a real leak, you go back to it and go, wait a second, some of these things haven't been confirmed yet, so now you have something to look forward to, and that makes it a lot more compelling. And it's kind of sad that we have to call things real leaks inside of Pokemon, even though it should just be the assumption, like, once it's a leak, that means it's confirmed. It's a real early source of information. And that's another way you can find out someone is a fraud, that they only have information drops after a trailer or after official information, or maybe like someone else in the Pokemon community has an epiphany on their speculation, and then they use that to start fluffing up the fake leaks and nonsense schizo posts that they're putting out. And then that's how we get all this. So yeah, Centro, like, here's proof that they post fake information and have no credibility. But for some reason, people still follow and defend it. Nonsense. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.